Good evening, and welcome to Arlington Public Schools Options and Transfer Lottery Process Information Session. My name is Ileana Gonzalez, and I am the Director of Student Registration and Language Services. I'm thrilled to be here with you this evening as we embark on this journey this year, and I'm confident this presentation will provide relevant lottery process information. Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la presentación de proceso de lotería de opciones y transferencias de las escuelas públicas de Arlington. Estoy encantada de estar aquí con ustedes esta noche mientras nos embarcamos en esta jornada y estoy segura de que esta presentación le va a dar mucha información relevante sobre el proceso de la lotería. Simultaneous interpretation is available. Computer users, click on the globe at the bottom right of your screen and select English to listen in English. Mobile device users, please tap on the three dots More and select Language Interpretation. Select English and tap Done. Please note the interpretation feature is not available in Chromebooks or older computers. Interpretación español. Usuarios con computadora, haga clic en el globo que está en la parte baja de su pantalla al lado derecho y seleccione Spanish para escuchar en español. Usuarios con dispositivos móviles, pulse los tres puntitos More y seleccione Language Interpretation. Después Spanish y pulse Done. Tenga en cuenta la función de interpretación no está disponible en los Chromebooks o en las computadoras más antiguas. This event is recorded and it will be available online later this week. Please use the Q&A feature to ask lottery questions, and we encourage the questions to focus on the lottery process, not programs. There are specific information sessions to learn more about the option schools and programs. Those dates will be shared on our option schools and program website. Please note, we will have time at the end of the presentation to answer any lottery-specific questions. Today with me, I have a dynamic team that I'm so fortunate to have as my colleagues, and I'm so thankful for their time and commitment to our lottery process. You will hear from some of them today as they present. Jeff Lash is our Welcome Center Coordinator. Elaine Perkins is our Early Childhood Coordinator. Cameron Childs is our Early Childhood Specialist. And in the background, making sure our meeting is going well and answering questions, we have Roxana Hernandez, Communications Specialist, and Vanessa Ventura, Registration Technician. The agenda for tonight includes reviewing the option schools and program types. This includes our early childhood education opportunities in pre-K. We're going to talk about neighborhood transfers, the application timeline, lotteries and wait lists, seat allocations and seat offers, and then we'll have time to answer any questions you may have. We will not be addressing any specific option school or program question, and our focus today is primarily the lottery process. If you're interested again in learning more about the programs, please visit their websites or watch their informational videos that will be posted online starting November 4th. Now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Cameron Childs.
APS is an incredible place to learn. We have outstanding neighborhood schools and option schools and programs. Our elementary option schools and programs include Arlington Traditional School, Campbell Elementary School, Montessori Public School of Arlington, and the dual language immersion schools, Claremont and Escuela Key. Secondary option schools and programs include Arlington Tech at the Arlington Career Center AP Network and the Dual Language Immersion Program at Wakefield High School, HB Woodlawn, and the International Baccalaureate Program at Washington Liberty High School. You can learn more about all of these programs by visiting their websites. Beginning the week of November 4th, you can also view APS information session videos by school level. Additionally, schools will host information nights from November through January. Please note that at any time, a student who is enrolled in an option school or program can decide to return to their neighborhood school. Arlington Public Schools pre-K programs are located in neighborhood schools and option schools across the county. After a student completes a county-wide pre-K program, they will attend their designated neighborhood school for kindergarten through fifth grade. For example, if a student is attending Innovation for our VPI program, but their neighborhood school is Taylor Elementary, the child will attend Taylor Elementary for kindergarten through fifth grade, since that school is the child's designated neighborhood school. Similarly, a child participating in our CPP program at a location other than their neighborhood school would enroll in their neighborhood school beginning in kindergarten. For our Montessori programs, it's a bit different. Students who attend a satellite Montessori program at a neighborhood school can remain at that school through kindergarten in order to continue their participation in the primary Montessori classroom. After kindergarten, these students would either attend their neighborhood elementary school for first through fifth grade, or families could elect to complete an application for MPSA. This slide shows the current locations of our Virginia Preschool Initiative program classes, Community Peer Program classes, and primary Montessori classrooms. Now I'll turn it back over to Ileana Gonzalez.
Every year, APS identifies schools where enrollment exceeds building capacity and strategies for managing enrollment. In collaboration with cross-departmental staff, they identify recommended adjustments that will be made to address enrollment for the next school year and provide information about the number of options and transfers that the Welcome Center will use in lotteries the following school year. This year, one of the tools APS will use to manage enrollment will be to offer neighborhood and targeted transfers. Targeted transfers are offered to allow students from specific school attendance zones or planning units to apply to transfer to a nearby school that has capacity for additional students. Neighborhood transfers are offered to all students in the school level, for example, middle school, into neighborhood schools that have space for additional students. The specific schools that will be accepting neighborhood or targeted transfers will be shared out later in November. And since APS needs to finalize school projections first, the specific number of seats per grade will be shared in January. Please note the ability to offer transfers is reevaluated annually and dependent on available space at each school. Now I will turn it over to my colleague, Jeff Lash.
Hi, everybody. To give parents more advanced time to plan around the need for childcare, to increase clarity, and to eliminate conflicts caused by multiple lottery time windows, we have combined all APS lotteries to fill seats for our countywide option schools and programs, neighborhood and targeted transfers, and our 3 early childhood pre-K opportunities. All of our applications for elementary, secondary, and middle school programs, neighborhood and targeted transfers, and pre-K programs will open next week on Monday, November 4th at 8 a.m. and they will close on January 24th of 2025 at 4 p.m. Applications for all programs, next slide. Applications for all programs will open on Monday, November 4th, which is next Monday. Families who apply anytime between November 4th and the end of the application window, January 24th, will have the same opportunity as someone who applies at the end of the application window and someone applies at the beginning has the same opportunity. All families must submit one application for each student if they are interested in an option school or program. Please note that if you create multiple applications for one student for the same school or program, all applications but one will be canceled by the Welcome Center. We understand families may be applying from out of district, planning to move to Arlington, and that is allowed as long as you're able to register your student to APS by June 27th. Applications for all of these programs, except for VPI, must be submitted online through School Mint. We have upgraded our VPI, Virginia Preschool Initiative application process this year. This year, families will call in advance and be pre-screened by phone with a set of questions to determine if they qualify for VPI based on income and other factors. Families who are pre-screened eligible will be scheduled to come to the Welcome Center for an appointment to verify income documentation and any additional required documents. The registration team member who verifies these documents will also submit a School Mint application on behalf of the family. The family will not need to submit an application in School Mint because the registration team will do it on their behalf. So our lotteries run when when the number of applicants for a school or program is greater than the number of seats. We use School Mint to run what are known as double-blind lotteries. We call these lotteries double-blind because they describe a process where students' applications are assigned random codes, and then those codes are blindly attached to randomly occurring lottery numbers. All right. After the lottery runs, APS will send out notifications either offering students seats or notifying them that they've been placed on a wait list. During the first round, students who receive a seat offer have 2 weeks to accept or decline the offer. After 2 weeks, the offer will auto rescind and it is no longer available. APS then moves down the wait list, offering seats that have not yet been accepted. After the first round, families will receive 1 week to accept or decline an offer. Please note that APS cannot provide any extensions to these offers, and if families do nothing on their end, the offer will be auto-rescinded after the week. Please also note that it is possible to apply to multiple schools and or programs. And if you accept an offer, it automatically removes your student from all other wait lists or offers. If you accept an offer and your student is not already in APS as an APS student, you will have until June 27th to register your student with APS. Students that are not registered by June 27th will lose their seat. Families of students who accept a seat may register their student at the school in which they will be enrolled by making an online registration request or by making an appointment at the Welcome Center. Only families of students who accept a VPI, Virginia Preschool Initiative, a VPI seat, will need to make their registration appointment at the Welcome Center. And now I turn it back to Ileana Gonzalez.
To register for APS, you will need proof of Arlington residency. That's a lease, a deed, and/or an AB form if shared housing. You will also need 2 supporting documents. Here we have the website where you can find more details about what you need to register. To register your student, please make an appointment with your option school or program, or if you're registering a VPI student, make an appointment with the Welcome Center. Now we will shift to talk about priorities for our option schools and programs. We encourage our families to make sure to indicate if they have any of these priorities in their applications. The Welcome Center works closely with schools and internal staff to verify information submitted. And if families do not indicate the appropriate priority, it may put your student at risk of not receiving that preference for the lottery. We also encourage families to submit honest information to allow the Welcome Center to swiftly validate the information. These groups of students receive priority over all other applicants for the elementary option schools and programs. VPI pre-K students at the same school. For example, a student attending the VPI program at Campbell Elementary would get priority for a kinder seat at Campbell. Military, civilian, DoD, or State Department like program. We support our families that are serving our country. And if students that are attending like programs in other locations, they will receive priority. For example, a student that attended a Montessori program in another country would receive priority. Applying siblings of concurrently enrolled students receive third priority. Concurrently means siblings attending the option school or program at the same time as an incoming student. For example, a rising fifth and rising kindergarten student. This does not cover a rising sixth grade student and a rising K student, since the sibling would be in middle school at the time of the kinder student attending the program, and then all other applicants. Now we'll talk about priorities for dual language immersion. These groups of students receive priority over all other applicants for DLI schools. VPI pre-K students at the same school. For example, a pre-K student at Key would receive a priority for a pre-K seat, for a kinder seat at Key. Military, civilian, DoD, or State Department like programs, for example, a dual language immersion student coming from another country from a Spanish program. Applying siblings of concurrently enrolled students, which is siblings attending the option school or program at the same time as the incoming student. And then finally, students currently attending the DLI programs or schools outside their boundary requesting to attend their zone DLI school. For example, if they move. Now I'm going to turn it over to Elaine Perkins.
Thank you, Eliana. Welcome, everybody. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the priorities for the VPI program. We are very grateful to have the VPI program. We look at students who are at an income level at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. That generally comes out in January of every year, but we'll be looking at the federal poverty level of this current year for eligibility. We also look at students experiencing homelessness, students with disabilities. We also have local criteria of an income level between 200 and 300, 50% of the federal poverty level. And meeting, local criteria. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh, it did it. Just one more time. There you go. There you go.
Sorry about that. Hi, everybody.
Hit you again. Sorry. Hit it once and then let it go. Now you reverse it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry about that, everybody. So again, I'm Elaine Perkins. I'm the Early Childhood Coordinator. So in terms of the priorities for Virginia Preschool Initiative Program, we're looking at an income level at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, students who are experiencing homelessness, students with disabilities. We also have local criteria for an income level between 200 and 350 of the federal poverty level. And when you call for your screening process, your registrar will go through all of those questions with you. So thank you, and we welcome you to that program. So priorities for the primary Montessori. 2/3 of our primary Montessori seats are reserved for families with adjusted income at or less of 80% of the median income for a family of four in Arlington County. This year was about 123,600. It'll probably go up for next year. We also look at siblings of concurrently enrolled students applying at a Montessori site for which the student is applying. And that means that the student needs to be concurrently attending for the following school year. So again, priorities for Montessori, currently enrolled MPSA primary Montessori students. We also look at military, civilian, DoD, and State Department students participating in a like program. So if you're moving to this area, we really look at what the program that you've been involved with, and then you get priority for that program. We also look at applying siblings of concurrently enrolled students. Again, the student needs to be enrolled at least for their kindergarten year. And then for the first grade year at primary Montessori, we look at the Montessori satellite program students who have completed their K year at the satellite Montessori programs. And then you have a priority to enter MPSA, and then all other applicants. We also are very glad to have our community peer program located at neighborhood schools. And so the priorities for those schools are neighborhood students, families with an income level below 200% of the poverty level, and then also children of APS employees who reside in Arlington. So I will turn it over to Mr. Lash. Okay, well, sorry. Learn more, visit the website for more information about option schools and programs. Each school will have an information session and view the dates online.
Guys,
thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We hope it was helpful. We hope that you learned a lot. We will be posting the PowerPoint. We will be posting the recording online later this week. As always, please reach out to us should you have any more questions, or email us schooloptions@apsva.us. If you'd like, you can also give us a call at 703-228-8000, option 1, and we're here to serve you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.